Well, that's a bummer. So I just found out that even though it was the start of the very first mission, it was the start of the very first mission. Okay, hadn't even started it because I did replays of other missions. Okay, let's. So I beat the last playthrough. Okay, and then I started the new playthrough. But because I went back and did replay missions, and I changed the difficulty for the replay missions so I could run through and get the collectibles that I missed, that's why I didn't get it. So it's not bugged, it's not broken or anything like that. It's because when I changed the difficulty for the mission. What are you doing? Hey, come here. Because I changed the difficulty for the mission that I was replaying so I could run through and collect everything. Even though I didn't change the difficulty for the playthrough I was doing, lay down in a different room. They need to go clean that cat box, damn it. Son of a bitch, dude. That pisses me off. I mean, it had to get done. What I should have done was beat the game on evil difficulty and then come back through. I'd be done right now. But I wouldn't have had all my upgrades either. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Alright. Alan Wake 2. To be, I'm not gonna lie, to be honest, I don't know how much more of this game I'm gonna be able to make it through. It hasn't been incredibly entertaining to me. I'm not saying it's a horrible game. It's just, it's very slow. What am I doing?
Nah. Think. Sounds literary. But what does it mean? Found the heart in the fridge. Just like the page said I would.
The PGC 821, huh? It's a Glock. It's a Glock 19.
wave crashed on the far side of the mirror. I brought you the Heart Witch. Show me the terror. I think I'm in the overlap. Are you still on your way? Casey! Casey, do you read me? Logan? Logan! What the fuck was that? Logan's back in Virginia. You're imagining things. What was that? Did I get turned around? No, this is right. This place is looping. Like a nightmare. He's here. Nightingale.
Trapped here. To escape. Danger.
Who is that? It's like they're coming in over a bad signal. Nightingale's badge.
What the fuck are you supposed to do? What? For what? Dude, why can't I dodge? Dude, why? Dodge!
Oh shit!
I don't understand. I'm about done with this game. I don't have the patience for this. I don't like these slow-moving fucking horror games. Why can't I dodge or move fast? Why am I moving like a fucking slug?
No, no, no. No, no.
See, dude. I don't understand this. Do I kill him? Do I just run in fucking circles until something activates? Like, do I gotta find something? Fuck, man.
Who are you?
What?
What is this? Who are you?
Oh my god.
Hear me.
I'm Saga Anderson, FBI. I can hear you.
Calder Lake.
Yes, I'm at Cauldron Lake. Where are you?
How to escape. In danger. The Dark Presence.
Danger. Thanks. Got it. Hey! Are you okay?
No! It's my fault! It got out with my face! Scratch!
Sir, calm down. I'm gonna need you to take a breath.
He's changed the story. The Dark Presence. We must stop it before...
Easy now. First things first. What's your name?
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer. I've been...
Wake? Where did you come from? You've been missing for 13 years.
13.
Please tell me the whole game isn't this slow survival bullshit. This evil within kind of, because it's going to drive me crazy and I'm not going to play it. I can't stand that style. Like, Alan Wake was cool, You know what I mean? Because I could control the character
Is this
at whatever pace
who
I wanted.
think it is?
Casey, say hello to Alan Wake. Mr. Wake, this is Special Agent Alex Casey. He'll escort you to our car. Casey, I'll meet you there, right after I take a look around. If the
I
footage
I don't
receded, there might be
like the
evidence we
slow
missed.
paced,
Okay.
and then all of a sudden you're fucking panicking like hell.
Alex, Casey? How? Am I still... Is this the dark place? No, it can't be. I got out.
Yeah, the PI from your books has the same name as me. Great. Moving on. It's a bit of a hike to the car, Wake. Get your bearings, and we'll head out.
I need another minute. Cauldron Lake. I thought I'd never see this place again.
Take your time, but you should know these woods aren't the safest.
Yeah. It's getting dark. You have a flashlight? It's not safe without a light.
I have a light. And a gun. You can relax, Wake.
And pages. If you see pages of writing anywhere, you must take them and keep them safe. Our lives could depend on it. They have vital information.
We know about the pages, Wake. We'll keep an eye out for them.
Okay. Okay, just give me a moment. It's okay.
Take your time.
Oh, not a free 5-star Nexus crystal? No way. Oh, why don't you just give me a fucking 2 or a 3-star too while you're at it? Marvel Contest of Champions.
Should look around. With the flooding gone, could be further.
So they have 7 stars out now,
Flooding disappeared very
and
suddenly.
they think that by
I wonder if
giving
there's
me
any connection to the overlap.
a 5-star,
Nightingale.
even though I have fucking every 5-star in the game, what they should be doing is giving that to people that are like proven or conquered or something, or conqueror. I'm fucking Thronebreaker. They should be giving me a free 7 fucking star, dude. See, I
The cult
still...
is leaving supplies around for themselves. The cult doesn't see their victims as people.
Okay. I have to give it to the first Alan Wake game. It was very interesting. But so far, this game isn't feeling anything like the original Alan Wake. It doesn't even feel like a true sequel. It feels like, dude, I don't know. It feels like a different franchise. I don't like that, dude. Fuck. The quick turn, whenever they implement the quick turn, I know I'm getting fucked up.
Even the animals are turning into monsters.
Okay, that's a dead end. For some reason, I can't walk up a rock. We'll go this way, and then... Winneton, what's up? Give me a second, let me move this so I can see what's going on. I guess here. Is my mic on? Hey, yo, Adrian. So, when it's in, I was going through, Evil West, and I beat the game on Evil difficulty, but the trophy didn't pop, and I was super mad. Ooh, yeah, super mad. Come to find out, at the very beginning of the game, at the very, very start of the game, I hadn't even moved off the finish line or the starting line yet. I had to go replay a couple missions to go get some cash, right, for an achievement. Because I changed the difficulty in those missions I was replaying, it discounted my evil run difficulty, or my evil difficulty run. So now I have to go back through it again on evil difficulty. I'm not worried about the William Rentier fight. I'm not worried about the Felicity fight. Just like any Dark Souls boss, I've got the patterns, I've got the routines down. I may screw up and make a couple of mistakes, but I've got it. But there's like 3 ad fights that you got to do that I don't want to do. So I'm trying to find a cheese run that I can do to burn through those. I need to turn around. I need to go to this bitch's hut. The witch bitch. Are you saying I'm a witch? No, close. You're a bitch. That chick is hella funny. I can't remember her name. It's like something Tomlin or something. And she was talking about how she went to the doctor. And the doctor said something to her, and she was talking about how she like what ifs or something her life. And she was like, "Oh, what are you trying to say? I'm a witch?" And the doctor was like, "No, close. You're a bitch." Oh no, she went to a therapist, and she's talking to the therapist about how her relationships never last because she always self-sabotages. She's hella funny. And that's what, there aren't too many like extremely funny women comedians, but I think she's one of them. I think she's funny as shit. And it frustrates me because I see a lot of these fucking female comics that go up and they think that in order to be funny, they just need to be raunchy. Like, talk about WAP and how many dudes they've banged out. And it's like, no, that's not even what makes comedy comedy. That's why I don't really like comedians that their whole skits are like you have a dude that goes up on stage and all he talks about is like masturbation and fart jokes. And it's like, okay, yeah, that shit's funny if you're creative once, but if that's like your whole shtick is masturbation, fart jokes, and weed jokes, like Seth Rogen, goddamn Seth Rogen drives me insane. I don't think he is funny at all. I'm out of weed! Ah! Let me get my lotion to masturbate. I know there are a lot of people that love him, and that's their thing. It's just I grew up in an era where we had comedians, dude. Like, dude, we had the greats, man. We had fucking John Candy, Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, Sam Kinison, George Carlin, fucking Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was one of the greatest stand-up comedians ever. Yeah, I even like Dane Cook. Dane Cook's funny as shit too. A lot of people don't like him because they feel like he didn't earn his spot, but it's like, you know what? He fixed the system in his favor. And I got to give him credit for that because it was really smart what he did. He took MySpace and he built a fucking career off MySpace. He basically used MySpace as free advertisement instead of paying marketers and all this other shit. He used MySpace and he was able to get in there. And spread the word around about him. Dude, Bernie Mac is fucking hilarious, man. Oh my god, Bernie Mac is so fucking hilarious. Dude, the Kings of Comedy Tour? Oh my god, dude. I know, and during that time period, we had the Kings of Comedy, and then, what was the other one that had, it was Jeff Foxworthy, Ron White, Larry the Cable Guy, and, Bill Engvall.
This can't be the right way.
Here's your sign. Dude, that was a great era of comedy. Dude, we had like Def Jam Comedy. Dude, we had Comedy Central Presents. Dude, that was a great era in comedy. One of my personal favorite comedians was Sam Kinison in his early years. And in his early years, he was really like he was a big storyteller. But there towards the end, he basically just, his act turned into slamming Christians and getting his heart broken and like he used that too much. In the very beginning, it was like a special thing when he did it. So when you heard it, it made you laugh. But then it got to a point where he was just doing it with everything. And it got old. But his early shit is fucking is gold, dude. Like when he's talking about world hunger, and he's like, I know how we can end world hunger. You know, I know exactly. He's like, you know, we need to stop sending these people food. What we need to do is, you know, send a guy out there with a moving truck and some luggage, and, you know, we just need to, you know, say, hey, you know, we've been driving around out here every day for the past 30, 40 years, and, you know, we realized something is you guys wouldn't be hungry if you went to where the fucking food is! You live in a fucking desert! You see this? This is sand! Sand! You know what it's gonna be in 100 years? It's gonna be fucking sand! That's like one of my favorite skits of all time. We have deserts in America too, we just don't live in them, asshole! Who's another great, Mickey Rooney? Dude, when Mickey Rooney roasted fucking, the Reagans, when he got up and he did that, like, that inaugural dinner, and he was just sitting there roasting fucking Nancy Reagan, oh my god, dude, that shit had me rolling, dude! D.L. Hughley was another good stand-up. I mean, Dave Chappelle is a legend. Jim Brewer, the fucking GOAT, man. I've seen Jim Brewer live like 3 times, dude. That guy, like, you think he's one of the biggest stoners on the planet, but he actually leads like an extremely healthy lifestyle. Bernie Mac, dude. Why is it like the dude? Okay, so why is it we lose guys like George Carlin? I get it, dude. George Carlin was like 85 years old. He had a long, full life. I'm not saying that. What the people that I'm talking about, like we lost Sam Kinison. Like dude, Sam Kinison died in a car accident. Bernie Mac died of what, like heart disease or something, and these men were fairly young. But then we still get these fucking, we got Seth Rogen, dude. We fucking traded, dude. We lost Robin Williams like 30 years too early. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Robin Williams stand up. Oh my, especially like in his early years when he was doing hella cocaine. Oh my God, that guy was he was a powerhouse, man.
Come on, Saga. Time to get back to work.
He just up there doing all this, but you know what I mean? All his weird, crazy shit, fucking just pouring sweat out. Dude, the guy he was just a fireball up on the stage, man. Rodney Dangerfield. Rodney Dangerfield was another fun one to watch. Because he would, oh, dude, and Andrew Dice Clay. Oh my God, Andrew Dice Clay is a legend, dude. Oh, Jack and Jill went up the hill, both with a buck and a quarter. Jill came down with 250 to whore. Oh, I mean, there's a lot of great comedians these days too. Like, I really dig Matt Rife. I think Matt Rife is funny as shit. Tom Segura is hella funny. And then what's that other dude's name? The other dude, he always makes fun of himself for looking like he has Down syndrome, but he doesn't have Down syndrome. He's the one that did the plane skit. Shit, what's his name? Where he's on the plane, he's like, "Hey, are you Shane down at Subaru? Yeah, I just wanted to call you and tell you fucking suck at your job." But the plane is like crashing, and the lady next to him is like, "What are you doing? Don't you have loved ones?" And he's like, "What am I going to do? Call and listen to my wife bitch at me for the last 10 minutes of my life? No, she's probably going to be fucking somebody new this year. I'm kind of pissed off about that. Yeah, I'm going to come down there and I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. You better start stretching." But he's hella funny too. Like, he does that joke where, "Sorry, bro, sorry, but if you're like 24 years old and you're starting to watch the History Channel, you got what we call onset republicanism. It just doesn't happen overnight. One day you're all young and cool and liberal, and then and then all of a sudden you start watching a lot of World War II documentaries, and then it happens. You think your dad wanted to wake up every day and be a dick? You think he wants to be an asshole? No, he's probably just like you, wearing his hat all sideways and backwards." "Where'd you get that cheese, Danny?" That little fucker, I know he's making them at night. "I'm not making them at night, Dad. I'm making them at night." Who's another fucking really great comedian? What's up, Kenneth? What's the midget guy, what's his name? Brad Andrews? That dude's fucking hilarious, man. He talks about his dad used to use him because his sister always wanted an elf on a shelf, so his dad would pick him up and put him on a shelf. See, dude, and that's what comedy is so great, dude. And in this day and age, and I think that's another reason why I hate Seth Rogen so much, is because he's trying so hard to censor comedy, and people don't realize how important comedy is. Like, there's enough bullshit in the world. There's enough darkness and chaos, and comedy is that one thing that allows us to be able to step outside of something and to see the lighter side of life. You know what I mean? And it just, when you got people trying to shut that down, they're not people I want to be on the same side with in life, dude, because comedy is, I think comedy is one of the great unifiers out there. It allows us to be able to sit there and see the similarities between us. Like, Dave Chappelle cracks a lot of jokes about, like, he'll crack a lot of jokes about black people and white people, and I think it the way that he does it really helped ease a lot of the racial tension and stuff that was going on in this country, because it allowed us, while everybody else was pointing out the differences, comedy was the one thing that was pointing out all the similarities and going, see, you guys are all fucking pieces of shit. You guys all have that in common. It's not the skin color. You guys all just suck. Ah! Who else was on that Kings of Comedy? It was Bernie Mac, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and who was the fourth one? I want to say it was Mike Epps, but I know it wasn't Mike Epps. Mike Epps isn't a little. He was more of like the like street comedy is where the Kings of Comedy, they were like more like high class comedy. You know, coming out in like the fucking suits and shit. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be fucking doing right now. Another thing about comedy too is people don't realize how hard comedy is. Like a lot of people see comedians and they go, "Oh, what do you do for a living? You just make people laugh." Like, what the fuck do you mean just make people laugh? Do you know how hard that is? Do you know how hard it is to get a room with 100,000 different people in it, all with, you have 100,000 different individual tastes, and to make them all laugh about the same thing? Like, do you understand how fucking hard that is? I mean, that is incredible talent right there. That takes a lot to be able to make people from all walks of life sit down and all laugh about the same thing. And I think that's why I like Matt Rife so much, because Matt Rife is able to get up on stage and he is able to take the crowd, right? And he's able to play with the crowd. And I understand that his comedy's not for everybody, but the fact that he is able to go up on stage essentially without a set list, and be able to crack jokes on the fly like that takes a lot of talent in my book. Because although he does have a set, I'm not saying that he doesn't have a set list, because there are jokes that are his. That dude is able to go up there and think of shit on the fly and be like, one of the funniest people on the planet. You know what I mean?
Shows up murdered, and then turns into a monster. After I stop Nightingale, a rider who's...
Oh, you said Eddie Griffin, Dom. I thought you said Eddie Murphy. Eddie Griffin's funny as fuck though too, dude.
What kind of case is this?
Eddie Griffin is another one that he's a classic. And then yeah, I remember there used to be a show on Comedy Central called Def Jam Presents, dude. And that shit was hilarious, dude. And then you had the Comedy Central show too. And that's where I found out about guys like Mitch Hedberg. If you ever get a chance to check out Mitch Hedberg, I mean, unfortunately he passed away due to I'm almost positive it was a heroin overdose, which is fucking sad, dude. That shit kills so many of the good ones, like Chris Farley, John Belushi. Oh God, John Belushi, man. Blues Brothers is like one of my all-time favorite movies. I love that movie. It is a classic. And Dan Aykroyd actually does a radio show now where he is in character as Elwood Blues the whole time. And he goes through and he plays songs and he talks about them. It's actually a really cool show, and I wish I could get it here. I think you can get it on Spotify, but I'm almost positive the show is actually in Chicago, Illinois, where the Blues Brothers hail from. Jim Carrey's stand up back in the day, like before he was on In Living Color and shit, and even while he was on In Living Color, oh god, dude, that like his Jack Nicholson impersonations and dude, and his Al Pacino impersonation, dude. I mean, the man is just insanely funny, dude. I get no respect. I get no respect.
Come on.
No respect.
Time to get back to work.
I don't really like him now because he's got too much bullshit going on, and he's too he gets too political with this shit now. Is John Leguizamo. A long time ago, John Leguizamo did a comedy special called oh shit, it was John Leguizamo's Pest. No.
I have to head back. Got things to do.
Oh, what did he do? What? Freak. There you go. John Leguizamo's Freak. And it's like an hour and a half long. And I remember I saw it. This was back a long time ago when you had HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and Stars. Those were like premium channels that you had to pay extra for, right, on cable. And that was it. We didn't have like HBO to the max plus HBO Sport Night and HBO Lingerie Hour. It was all just, it was just those right there. And one weekend, HBO had a free weekend, so you could watch whatever you wanted to all weekend. And this was back in a time where, so when you watch, you could click on these channels with the cable box, and they were weird like squigglies. So, we would sit there as little kids, and we would watch, because, late night, we called it Skinemax. Late night on Cinemax, they would have like soft core corn, as you want to say. I don't know why I say stuff like that. I see keywords that get people in trouble. It's like corn with a P. But every now and then, because it would just be all these weird squiggly colors, and every now and then you would get like a boob. Oh my! Oh! I miss being a little kid, man. I see the boob. Ah! Anyway, so HBO had this free weekend, and that's when I watched John Leguizamo's Freak. And I remember talking to my friend Ryan, And I was like, hey, dude, I just watched this crazy ass thing on HBO called Freak. And he was like, I watched that too. And I was like, dude, it was funny as hell, huh? And he was like, dude, he does this whole skit about his deaf uncle and how his deaf uncle would talk, you know, and they're like trying to break into this place once, and he was trying to break into this place with his deaf uncle, and they get caught. And he like looks at his uncle like what to do, and his uncle's like, "Get the hell up and run!" But that's where, dude. Ever since then, I always do this because that's what he did. He's like my uncle. When he didn't believe you, he would call bullshit, and how he called bullshit is he would do this, bullshit, that bullshit. But I mean, dude, the whole thing, he talks about when he lost his virginity and shit, and like, you know, just like experiences as a young man, like the first time he ever, you know, masturbated and stuff like that, and he got caught by his whole family, and he was like, you know, my grandma, my grandpa, and all my cousins and my brothers and my sister, they're all standing outside the door. It's just funny stuff. I need to get to the car, but it won't let me to the car. Why is it not allowing me to go over to the car? Eddie Griffin, though. I saw a skit. I can't stop thinking about Eddie Griffin. There was a skit that he did. Um, I mean, I think he got kind of screwed in Hollywood because his stand-up was real raunchy and funny. And I think he got screwed over by Hollywood because when Hollywood started casting him in movies, he got a lot of like the goofy black sidekick roles, or like the goofy black protagonist roles, and I don't think it did justice for his comedy at all. And I get it, you know, they were paychecks for him, but you know, at the same time, like watching him go from the stand up that he was doing to like the type of movies that he was doing, I think it really kind of fucked off his career. You know, it made him a shit ton of money. That's what I can say about that. But I personally love his stand up a lot more than in his movies because he's a great storyteller. Martin Lawrence's Run Tell that was fucking funny as shit. Both of Martin Lawrence's stand ups, I mean, oh my god, fucking hilarious, dude. Dude, Bob Saget from Full House. Bob Saget, the dad from Full House, is one of the best stand-up comedians in the world. Like, the dude was like, dude, he was hilarious beyond any and all belief, dude. And I didn't know this, dude, because I grew up with Full House. I didn't know at the time that he was a stand-up comedian before and afterward. He went back to stand-up afterwards. And in fact, it wasn't until I watched Half Baked when I found out what type of stand-up comedian he used to be. And I started going and researching some of his early shit, and then I found some of his newer stuff online, and it was incredibly funny. Like, one of the things that he did after he had finished Full House was he was doing one of the pieces of his set, and he was like, you know, after doing years and years and years of playing the dad on a rated G show, I just want to get up on the stage and scream, "Fuck that kid, I want to smash his dick in with the baseball bat." Because he was like talking about this annoying kid at the store. You know, I was standing in line, and there was this lady in front of me that had recognized me from Full House, and she did not understand that I was not Mr. Tanner
This
in
can't
real
be that
life.
way.
I am Bob motherfucking Saget, and her kid would not shut the fuck up. Oh my god, dude! It was just his timing and delivery were so phenomenal. I found the car once. Where the hell is the car at? Is the car up here? Parking. Okay, here we go. Found it. Oh, thank God, dude.
Mr. Wake, we're taking you back to our field office in Bright Falls. You can freshen up there, and then we'll talk properly.
I miss those days,
Hey,
dude.
Mom. Before you say anything, I'm totally fine.
I really do.
I shouldn't have even texted you.
Because
Logan? No
there
one
was a
texted
point
you.
in time.
What's going on?
I would honestly have to say
Dad, it's not the end of the
there was this
world.
time period from like 1975
Okay.
to
Dad,
the year 2000, where
Don't worry, hon.
at around
Logan's
1975, stand-up comedy it really started to
I'm keeping an eye on
like
her. Lucky I
like
heard her fall. She could have
dig its
drowned.
feet into the ground,
Is this
right?
it?
And then in the mid 90s, dude, stand-up comedy just blew
True,
up,
she's
and
fine, really.
it was like a free-for-all, dude. You had all these people just coming out of the woodwork that were funny as hell, you know, doing great stand-up.
That's all.
You know, you had a bunch of newcomers, you had a bunch of legends, and it was like a very pure time period for comedy.
I'll keep an eye out for him. Love you, Dave.
And it's amazing to go back and watch
Want to say bye to Logan?
those years of Saturday Night Live, or like the early years of CCTV, which is like Canadian SNL. You know, it had like John Candy and Rick Moranis and stuff like that. But you know, you go back and you watch like a lot of the SNL movies, like Coneheads and Tommy Boy and Black Sheep, and you know, a lot of these movies that were put on by SNL Productions, and they were just amazing. You know what I mean? You had guys like Adam Sandler and Chris Farley and David Spade that were just fucking amazing, and Will Ferrell, and
You've been gone a long time.
you know what I mean?
No.
And then
No.
you know, Phil Hartman, who tragically passed away
Okay, let's talk about
due
something
to
else.
a homicide-suicide. His wife
You were both here in
sadly
2010.
suffered from mental health issues, and
Got him back then.
if I remember correctly, at a point in time, she had stopped taking her medication and ended his life and her
Tell us
life
about the
next,
pages. You have
which
what looks like
was
a title
an
page
extremely
here.
sad thing because Phil Hartman was incredibly
Is this the
funny.
name of the story
If
on
you
these
want to know who
pages?
Phil Hartman is, go
The
back
writer's
and
name
watch
has
a
been
lot of
scratched
the
out really
early
badly.
seasons of The Simpsons,
But your name
and
still
the
remains
shady,
on
goofy lawyer is voiced by Phil Hartman.
Scratched out.
You know, Conan O'Brien. Conan O'Brien was incredibly funny for a long time. He was actually a writer for a lot of different comedy shows, SNL and The Simpsons being a couple of them. You know, Conan O'Brien is extremely talented.
Like a nightmare.
Um,
It doesn't make sense. I remember. I remember.
See, so this is what I don't understand. Are we in a fucking book this whole time? Are we outside of reality? Like, are we stepping in and out of a book? I really don't understand what's going on in this story. It's very convoluted. How old are you, Dom, if you don't mind me asking?
We have a great show for you here tonight. Alan Wake is here. Alan Wake, one of my all-time favorite writers. And as usual, our house band, Old Gods of Asgard, is here. Take it away, you crazy Vikings!
Was I on a talk show tonight? Waking up in places with no memory of how I'd gotten there. It was out of control. I didn't need another mugshot in the fucking tabloids. Had I already done the show? Was that a recording?
Let me look around the room first.
Good to see you, Alan. Great to see you. Welcome back to the show. Come on, sit down, sit down. Woo! Oh, man. It is so good to see you, Alan. This must be an exciting time for you. Tell me, does it ever get old?
Sorry, does what get old?
Publishing a new book. Are you okay there, my friend? You look like you've been cooped up in the writer's room for a few too many years.
Hey!
Exactly how I feel.
You know, I've waited so long to get my hands on the sequel to Departure. You left us on quite the cliffhanger. We've all been dying to know what "it's not a lake, it's an ocean" really means.
You and me both.
Well, our wait is over. Your new book, Initiation, hits the shelves tomorrow.
What?
That's exactly what every reader will be asking. This book is mind-bending. It's so cerebral. I mean, how would you describe it? An auto-fictional thought experiment? A horror story? A postmodern detective story?
Wait. This isn't right. I haven't written anything.
He's so humble.
Okay, you got me. Good prank, very funny. But yeah, sad to say, I've not written this. I'd remember if I'd written a book, right?
Or maybe it was written by your evil double. Well played, man! That is spot on! Playing the role here. Pretending the world of the book overlaps our own. That's very meta indeed. You see, Initiation tells the story of a fictional writer named Alan Wake, who is trapped in a nightmare, desperately trying to find the manuscript of a novel he has forgotten he has written. The book is set in New York, but it might not be New York at all. He is tormented by his dark doppelganger, and guided by visions of a fictional detective he has written. That's right, Alex Casey is in this book as well.
I guess we'll just keep doing this the whole show. The joke's on me.
But isn't that what you sign up for with autofiction? No, but seriously, I found the structure of the reality you build in the book fascinating. It reminded me of The Matrix. I mean, the writer is physically in his writer's room, trapped there, and he projects himself out to this dark dream of New York through the story he is writing. Like astral projection. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Go on. I should be taking notes here. This is great stuff.
Notes to that other Alan Wake in that room writing this as we speak? Are we all in your story, Alan?
He looks like Jared
I
Leto.
wish you every success with your new book, Alan. I hope it's as successful as your best-selling Alex Casey.
Hey, oh dear.
Initiation hits the shelves tomorrow. After this, I'm sure we'll all be eagerly awaiting the culmination of this hero's journey trilogy of yours. A book called Return, perhaps. Yeah, thank you for one of the strangest interviews of my entire career, Alan. All this talk of meta-narratives. I'm expecting to disappear once this scene ends.
Okay, good. We're back
Hello?
as Alan Wake.
I'm losing it. Something's not right here. I needed to get home. To Alice.
Alice is dead, motherfucker.
What the hell was that interview? Some kind of joke? Initiation? I never wrote a book called Initiation. This felt like a bad dream. Could make a good horror story. I was a mess. I'd never heard of this talk show or Mr. Door before. None of it felt right. Was I losing my mind?
Hey! I think I've been locked in! Anybody?
Fuck. Now I have to find the code myself. Great. Old gods of Asgard. That name sounded familiar. There was something here. A broken transmission I couldn't quite make out. What was that? A message? Impossible to say.
Oh my god, I really don't want to replay that game on evil difficulty, dude. I don't. Shit.
There was something in the studio with me. I had to get out. from the nightmare, I felt like a drowning man gasping for air. This place felt familiar. A ghost of a memory surfaced, about riding here for countless days. I had been writing. Initiation. You must write to escape. Board for mapping out a story. On the index cards, the nightmare that just happened to me. A summary of the story so far. But other notes as well. Warnings. I had written them. I couldn't remember what it all meant. The name Scratch filled me with dread. I could trust these words. I had to act on them. You must write to escape. Thoughts and ideas could manifest as reality in this dark place. I'd use my writing to project myself out of this room, like a deep-sea diver to go deeper and explore the depths of this prison for a way out. This room was my boat. Writing was my lifeline. I would start again at the talk show.
We have a great show for you here tonight. We'll treat all you Alex Casey fans out there. Alex Casey himself is here tonight. That's right. Sam Lake, ladies and gentlemen. The actor who has given his face to the famous detective in the film series. And of course we have Alan Wake here. Best-selling writer, the books, the films are based on. Let's do this! Welcome back to the show. So, Alan, as the creator of the character, how do you feel about this?
Sorry, what?
I know it can be an awkward question with the man sitting right next to you, but I mean, how do you feel about him in the role of Casey? Does he look the part to you?
He looks exactly like I always imagined Casey to be. It's uncanny.
Thank you. That means so much to me. I'm a huge fan of your books.
So, what's the problem, Alan? Because on more than one occasion, you voiced your reservations about the adaptations.
It's not that. They're their own thing. They've gone with choices that are different from mine. I feel protective about my stories, and these adaptations... I don't know. I guess I just wish I could have been more involved in making them.
Well, in that case, you won't have seen this either. We have a clip from the new film, Murder Case Casey. Should we roll it, or do you want to say something first, Sam?
Nah, just roll it.
Rain made it fester. It needed the sun, but there was only the night. I was tired. Insomnia covered me like a plastic film. I was watching the world through a rain-slick window. My own reflection haunting the view. I was trying to track down a missing writer. My only clue was a table lamp, shaped like an angel. The only thing to shed light on this sordid mystery.
That's great. Murder case, Casey. Great job, Sam. Very exciting and very meta. I'm looking forward to seeing more.
Wait, stop. What was that about a writer? About a lamp?
Okay, I'm gonna have to hop off soon. I'm actually starting to... I like playing as Alan Wake, because when I play as the other chick, it starts to get really convoluted and I get lost. But when I play as Alan Wake, I feel like I get more of the story in. So I deleted all the Evil West videos, as I did not get the platinum for it. When I get to Felicity D. Albano, again, I'll probably stream that fight, but I don't feel it was fair to keep that live stream up because, oh dude, I don't like this part. I feel like I'm gonna have to end up fighting something right here, dude, and I just want to see the story.
Hello?
And I'm not gonna lie, like I'm starting to dig the story, but I don't like the combat in this game. It feels clunky. It feels, well, not clunky. That's the wrong word. Stiff. And I don't really like stiff combat in a game. Alright, I've got to hop off. We're getting ready to go out. Alright, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I got to get ready. We're going to go over to a friend's house.
Ah, Lorraine! There you are, Tom. Oh, not so much evil that not a bit of good as well. Not one without the other. Good to see you.
Hey, I can't seem to find my way out of here. Can you point me to the exit?
Totta helvetissä. Of course, Tom. The work will instruct its maker. I was gonna get something from the basement for you, but you can get it yourself now. The more cooks, the worse the soup.
Have we met before? Are you trapped in the dark place too?
You remember Ahti, the janitor. You can't be lost if you don't worry about where you are headed. So don't worry, Tom. The sun will shine even into a heap of twigs. Just remember to turn on the lights. It won't take long when you get to work.
What do you want me to get from the basement? And my name's Alan, not Tom.
Ja, mutta katsottako a man, but a man with a tool makes two, Tom. Eikö niin? And a man with a tool can build his own exit. It's in a shoebox, in the basement where you left it. Safe as in the Lord's purse. Here's the key.
I've been trying to find a way to escape the dark place. Any suggestions?
He who mouths about his troubles is the prisoner of his troubles. It's not easy to get out. But don't you worry, Tom. The home is still there where the heart is. I often think about it when I mop the floor and look into the puddle. Water is the memory of the world. Water finds its way.
The janitor was a bit out there, but still a friendly face. I had to trust the basement would get me out of here.
Okay, there we go. That should be a good save spot. So we'll be gone for a few hours, and then when I get back, I'll hop into this. I got to do a little bit of cleaning first, but other than that, I want to apologize about today. I didn't, the whole Evil West fiasco. It bothered me because I kind of threw a tantrum, and it was actually a mistake that I made, not the developers. So I'm gonna go back through the game on my own time, and then when I probably get to the William Rentier fight, then I'll start streaming it again. But I've already gone ahead and I've eliminated the rest of the videos. So if you guys were wanting to go back, I've already deleted them from YouTube just because it wasn't a true road to platinum. Not until I get that platinum. So I'll stream the William Rentier fight, and I'll stream the Felicity D'Albano fight. I'll probably try to get them both done in the same day. But we'll get that done, and then after we finish Alan Wake 2, I'm going to be hopping into Fires of Rubicon again. I need to go back through that game, and that's going to be the next game that we're going to platinum. As soon as I finish the Evil West platinum on my own, we'll be splitting between Alan Wake 2 and the Fires of Rubicon, so we can knock both of those out. And I would like to get in some Mortal Kombat too, so if you guys want to play some Mortal Kombat, just let me know. I'll put it up on the Discord when I'm going to play, and then maybe we can get some matches between us. But until then, I hope you guys have a happy and safe Friday. Remember, there are people out there Black Friday shopping. There's still a lot of drinking going on, a lot of partying going on. Be